Yes, now my Costa Swiss pick of the week. Last week, I went to Mohawk for Tuesday night's ninth race, a trot. I took the number 9 horse, Cool Muscle, which looked like a great pick. Jody Jameson took him to the front early, but Sylvan Filion in muscle fashion had a lovely pocket trip and just enough gas at the end to slip into the lead in 155 even. Carmen Osceola, the trainer, Cool Muscle, hung on for second, so I had the exact tip. This week, I'm going to the Canadian Pacing Derby on Saturday night. I have to take Bulldog Hanover, fastest harness horse in history. Let's box him with Jimmy Freight and Desperate Man. For all the racing updates, visit Costa TV on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Go to hpibet.com for your wagering options.
This is the Excellent Sports Adventure, brought to you by Lycom.
The field is set for Saturday night's $650,000 final of the Canadian Pacing Derby. The 2 elimination heats from this past weekend. First up, Rocky Road Hanover, the 2-5 favorite, never threatened. Warrawee Hanover led for most of the way and still had the lead as they made their way to the final turn. Let's pick up the call from truck announcer Ken Middleton.
Jimmy Freight up the inside, powers on through now. Outside third, Loose Perlman, Rocky Road Hanover, and Poseidon Sealster, but it's Jimmy Freight. Jimmy Freight up the inside to take the first Canadian Pacing Derby elimination by 2. Warrawee Vital second. It looked like Poseidon Sealster was third.
Louis-Philippe Roy guided Jimmy Freight to the upset for trainer Rich Moreau and co-owner Adriano Sorella.
That horse, Jimmy Freight, just made it look so easy for me because it made my job easy. You can do whatever you want. So any times you're almost never in a bad position, bad spot, just respect the horse a little bit and he's going to give you all he has.
He did get hurt when he was out in New Jersey and, we were off for a couple of months there. So to see him come back, we gave him that qualifier in that race and he was good in that race and he came back here and I was there when he showed up and he was feeling pretty good about himself and he looked good tonight.
A fierce battle to 3/4.
Second elimination, Bulldog Hanover, the world record holder, who has rolled through the competition all year long, struggled out of the gate. With Dexter Dunn driving, he was pacing 6th for most of the race, but watch as he comes flying on the outside. Once again, here's Ken Middleton.
Bulldog Hanover on the outside, Tattoo Artist in between, and here comes Bulldog Hanover. Bulldog Hanover rushes by Desperate Man in the final 16th of this one, and it's Bulldog Hanover for Dunn, who wraps him up late. He'll win by 3 lengths. It's Bulldog Hanover in 1.
Owned and trained by Jack Darling, Bulldog Hanover has 9 wins in 10 races this year.
I was happy to take a helmet. He's been on the front for quite a few starts now, and the speed was on. So we just took a back seat for a bit and got a good trip after that.
Seemed like he didn't have any issue settling either when you decided to just follow along.
Oh, he knows his job. He's such a cool horse to drive, and really, tonight showed he can do it either way.
When you sit behind him, are you just in awe of what he does?
Yeah, I mean, the last 8th tonight was when he was just starting to warm up, it felt like, So, yeah, it is. It's a pleasure to sit behind him.
I've actually been hoping that he could catch a trip like that and race from behind just one of these times. And Dexter he's a great driver and he just knows what to do, and he gave him the perfect steer.
Talk about the credit that you can maybe give some of your team members and you, of course, just the job you guys do to keep this guy feeling so good for every single start.
Well, I like to say he's a phenomenal horse. He's got a great driver, an excellent caretaker, a lucky trainer, and a couple lucky owners.
Yeah, it's all luck. Dunn, by the way, also captured the William Wellwood Invitational Trot with winner's bet. Well, it turned out to be a heck of a road trip for the Blue Jays. 3 out of 4 in the Bronx. Then they make it a clean sweep at Fenway. Check out the defense. Rafael Devers stings one. Matt Chapman with a diving stab. Amazing backhand toss to second to start the inning-ending double play. The Jays' defense and pitching was really coming around in that series. Series finale, Jordan Romano escaped a bases-loaded jam with nobody out in the ninth. High game, heads-up play by Matt Chapman, steps on the bag, guns to first, call it 2. The Jays' bullpen has been the best in baseball since early in July. They are 13-3 against the Red Sox this season. So the Jays come home to celebrate the 1992 World Series win. They honor the members of that great team. They even had the reenactment of that final out. Mike Timlin tossed to Joe Carter. Unfortunately, they got shut on back-to-back games against the lowly Angels. score 3 runs and getting swept by the Halos. Yeah, that's baseball. It looked like the Jays were on their way to a 4th straight home loss, but Danny Jansen says, yeah, I don't think so. A majestic 3-run blast in the 7th into the first deck, dug the Jays out of a 4-0 hole against the Cubs. Then in the 11th, comes through again, a liner. Matt Chapman rounds third. He's going to score. Jays over the Cubs 5-4. Well, for the 3rd time in 4 weeks, the Argos squared off with their old pals from Hamilton. Yes, indeed, on a lovely night at BMO Field. The home side rallied from 10 points down. McLeod Bethel-Thompson puts up a perfect ball for Deveris Daniels. That's a 13-yard touchdown. One of 3 TD tosses for MBT. Tough night for Dane Evans. Looks outside, but that pass is picked up by Jamal Peters. Peters has wheels. He's going to take this back 67 yards for the touchdown. 3 picks for Peters. The Boltman blast the Cats 37-20. The 2 clubs will do again. Labor Day in Hamilton. Some positive signs for Team Canada, the Women's World Hockey Championships. They're getting scoring from all their lines facing Switzerland. Sarah Fillion of Georgetown scored twice to pace the Canadian side to a 4-1 victory. Canada's 16th consecutive win under coach Troy Ryan. They followed that up with a 9-0 romp over Japan. The captain, Marie-Philippe Poulin, with a pair of goals and a helper. Canadian men's basketball team has pretty much wrapped up a spot in the next year's World Cup. Ken Olynyk led the way with 18 points. Kevin Pangos had it 17. The Canadian side pounded Panama 106-50. They are the only undefeated team in the qualifier at 8-0. One more win by Canada or an Argentina loss will clinch that spot in the World Cup. Great start for the Canadian contingent at the U.S. Open. Former champ Bianca Andreescu got out of the gate with a 3-set win over Harmony Tan of France. Leila Fernandez rolled through in straight sets. Rebecca Marino advanced as well. In men's play, Felix Auger-Aliassime needed 4 sets to reach round 2. Wow, that new Italian connection is really making their mark for Toronto FC, aren't they? Federico Bernardeschi and Lorenzo Insigne each had a goal and a helper as the Reds slipped past Charlotte 2-0. They still got a shot at the postseason. FC will host the LA Galaxy this week. The host team won a pair of titles at the Toronto Rock Junior Lacrosse Championship at Oakville. Under 13 final, Rock facing the Seals. Kyle Cleland springs Sebastian Danilon. He scores. The captain had a 5-point game. The Rock rolled over the Seals 12-4. Cooper Cosmo scored 5 goals in the semi and 1 more in the final. In the under 15 final, the Rock rallied from 2 down. Max Kruger sneaks in behind the knee. Kruger had 2 goals, 2 helpers. The Rock knocked off the Junior Mammoth 8-6. Paula Rito captured the Canadian Women's Open. Rory McIlroy is back on top of the PGA. And Liv, that's a waste of time. It's time now for our shot week.
God damn it.
4!
Time to film. That's dead at it.
Get in the hole.
Ah, nice.
Nice shot, Mr. Tilley.
What's that going on this?
Can't believe I missed. Big hole like that and I missed it. Today's environmental tip, avoid using bottled water. Yes, the process of manufacturing water bottles contributes to water shortages. It takes more water to produce a plastic water bottle than there is water inside the bottle. Transporting bottled water creates more greenhouse gases. It takes over 1,000 years for plastic water bottles to decompose, and the process leaks harmful chemicals into the soil. Rycom, passionate people who turn complicated business problems into simplified technology solutions for public and private sector real estate, properties, portfolios, and enterprise customers. Optimize and future-proof smart buildings from the ground up. The latest in fault locating, base building network design, managed services, cybersecurity, data analytics. Our fault detection will support all smart strategies, define projected outcomes for capital planning, and reduce environmental impact. Rycom, smart protection solutions. At Rycom, we're building a path to a smart and environmentally friendly future.